Today I'm going to introduce the book named War and Peace, written by Lev Tolstoy in 1869. First of all, the War and Peace is widely known as a typical full-length story of Tolstoy since it contains many historical contents, artistic contents, and total 559 characters. Therefore, the War and Peace is still regarded as a book that is hard to understand and read. After Tolstoy went to the army, he participated in the war. Based on this experience, he decided to write a novel that was about the history which Napoleon ruled the Europe continent from 1864 to 1869. And usually the War and Peace can divide into two parts. The first half part is about the aristocrat's life and the wars abroad. The last part were about ideological problems such as how to live in the philosophical view. The author Tolstoy was a great theorist and revolutionist representing Russia in the 19th century. As a master of literature of realism, he had been regarded as one of the greatest writers in the world. Through his representative works such as War and Peace in an arena that brought Lev Tolstoy fame from the readers, he started researching the deep definition of life, death, and the problem. Moreover, Tolstoy was equally known for his complicated and paradoxical persona and for his extreme moralistic and ascetic views, which he adopted after moral crisis and spiritual awakening in the 1870s, after which he became as a moral thinker because he believed in the novel as a tool for social reform. According to literary circles, the lifespan of Lev Tolstoy could be divided into two parts, the first half of the literature, the second half of the religious thought. As mentioned before, The War and Peace is a story of 5 Russian aristocratic families as it chronicles the event of the French invasion of Russia and the impact of Napoleonic era. This story started by describing the place of banquet hall conducted by Anna, who was close aide of the king in July 1805. Since Russia had an ally with Austria at the time, they declared the war upon the army of Napoleon. Another character, Andrei, who was a young duke of the Bolkonsky family, decided to participate in the war as he felt tired of meaningless repeated life. Moreover, he could not find true happiness in his marriage with his wife. As the time passed, Pierre, who was a close friend of Andrei in the period, had been a great social tycoon after his father's death while he was indulged in dissipation as the son of Russian Duke Bezhov. After Pierre returned from studying abroad, he decided to marry a beautiful girl, Ellen. Unfortunately, she betrayed him. Since Russia fought the Napoleon army in Austria in October 1805, Andrei left his pregnant wife to his father and sister Maya to go to the war. However, the situation was unfavorable to Russia. It was the Russian military, conducted by General Kutuzov, sent out avant-garde to retreat and brought a serious crisis with the dedicated actions of troops involved in the battle. After returning from the war, Andrei lost his wife and married Natasha, who was a young girl. But Natasha was kidnapped by Ellen's brother. At the time, Napoleon led a great army and attacked Moscow. General Kutuzov, who had been demoted, would be given the post of commander of the Russian army, and he competed with Napoleon's force in Borgino. Pierre, who was not a soldier, was thrilled by the simple and brave Russian military performance in this war. Kutuzov conducted a retreat operation and handed Moscow over to the enemy and retreated. Natasha, who helped her parents, packed up to go to the bloodbath, but dumped the luggage to state one soldier and carried them in the carriage. While finding and caring for his injured fiancé Andrei among the wounded, Andrei died. Pierre was arrested for failing to assassinate Napoleon while staying in Moscow, but fortunately he was rescued. Natasha, who lost her fiancé, married Pierre, who lost her wife, and led a happy life. Natasha's brother Nikolai was a simple, passionate officer who married his dad's sister Maria. Nearly 8 years later, on the day 1820, Pierre and his wife Nikolai Rostov, who were a staunch helper, visited and indulged in the recollection of the past. One of the representative characters of War and Peace was that Lev Tolstoy used the technique of optimism by going back to the story. Andrei Peikoff, who denied the meaning of the life suggested by the author, eventually met the fail. On the other hand, Pierre had a new life since he decided to take himself a big step toward a positive answer. From this point, it made the readers feel the joy in their life even though they faced the terrible world. Tolstoy saw moral completion as the best virtue of his humble attitude toward life and continuous practice. And The War and Peace could be described as a psychological and ideological novel through he depicted the internal perspectives of many characters in this novel. He revealed the hidden side of human being. Finally, this novel is an epitome of complex prose since this work proved this eternally virtue. The harmony consists of the individual life and historical facts. And this is the famous quote in The War and Peace. It's not given to people to judge what's right or wrong. People have eternally been mistaken and will be mistaken, and in nothing more than in what they consider right and wrong. Thank you.